I'm Eve Samples. I'm Executive Director of Friends of the Everglades, which was founded by Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in 1969. We moved our headquarters to Stewart a little over a year ago, in part because of the toxic discharges that we're talking about today. So I'm going to zoom way out. I want to mention that the Cuyahoga River in Cleveland was on fire half a century ago. After it caught fire, Time magazine published an article describing that polluted waterway as a river that didn't flow, it oozed. And we don't have to imagine too hard to know what that looks like, because we saw this river ooze with toxic algae in 2018, in 2016, and many lost summers before that. And with each passing year, we've accumulated more scientific evidence of the health risks posed by those toxic algae blooms. Unfortunately, our government leaders have not done enough to act on that knowledge and protect Floridians. So here we stand today, 2 years after one of the worst toxic algae blooms in Florida history, without any assurances it won't happen again, and that is inexcusable. After the Cuyahoga River fire, the Environmental Protection Agency was created. The Clean Water Act was passed to put limits on pollutants in our waterways. These are not partisan issues. These are common sense public health protections. Cyanotoxins in blue-green algae can be aerosolized and spread through the air. They can bioaccumulate in fish, posing a risk to subsistence fishermen. Dogs have died after ingesting cyanotoxins, specifically microcystin. And researchers from Ohio State University also linked the toxin to a cluster of non-alcoholic liver disease right here on the Treasure Coast. Perhaps most alarming is recent research that links these toxins to neurodegenerative diseases such as ALS, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's, which is very concerning because what happens to all of us 20 years from now after recreating on our waterways? Yet, it's still legally permissible to dump this stuff into the St. Lucie River and other waterways where people live. Congressman Mass' legislation aims to stop that, and we at Friends of the Everglades support it. So how would this work, practically speaking? How could the Army Corps of Engineers avoid discharges to the St. Lucie River from Lake Okeechobee when the lake water is high? The answer is conceptually simple. Don't let the lake get so high. Friends of the Everglades has encouraged the Army Corps of Engineers to keep Lake Okeechobee lower during the dry season, preferably lower than 11 feet by June 1st, to avoid massive discharges to the St. Lucie and Caloosahatchee estuaries during the rainy season when toxic algae is prevalent. This concept has the added benefit of protecting residents in Glades communities south of the lake because the lake isn't high, posing a risk of breach to the Herbert Hoover Dike. So why hasn't this happened? Because large, politically influential agricultural corporations south of the lake don't like the idea because it threatens their water supply for irrigation. So what's more important, protecting Floridians from being exposed to toxins, known toxins, or ensuring perfect irrigation for sugarcane south of the lake? The answer is clear. We support Congressman Mass' bill to prohibit discharges when microcystin exceeds EPA recreational limits of 8 parts per billion, and we support broader Lake Okeechobee operational changes it would require. At the same time, and simultaneously, we need state government leaders to get to work on setting water quality limits for toxins in blue-green algae across the state. Half measures are not working for Florida's environment, and when our environment suffers, our health suffers, and our economy suffers. The Cuyahoga River stopped burning thanks to bold action, and with bold action, if our leaders can summon that will, Floridians can be safeguarded from toxic algae too. Thank you.